everybody. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. This is Larissa Gabu from Norway. Welcome to my broadcast. Today we have a special guest, Sandahl Taylor from US. She's going to join us in a little while, and I know that many of you guys are very excited about to hear what she's going to speak about. You're very welcome as you are joining now, and may the Lord bless you. Let me first start by sharing. I just want to check here. Welcome all you guys who are tuning on right now. Let me know where you are watching from, please. You're very welcome. Welcome. Thank you for helping me to share. Hi, Olivia. Nice to see you. Olivia is in Austria. My beautiful friend. Happy to see you. Please share the video. All you guys who are watching right now, you're very welcome. I'm just going to share very quickly here. Yes, today we have Sindel. Hi, hello Sindel. I'm seeing you watching already. You are very welcome, dear. I just want to share already here in my various group. I have to be very quick so we can start. I would like to invite you soon. And if you can't, dear, just send the invitation. You're very welcome. I'm sharing in my various group. Welcome. We have a special evening. She has such a wonderful and tremendous testimony. Please share the video so many as possible can join us tonight. Yes, and you're very welcome. Please write down where you are watching us from. I would like you to write if you are watching us from. Oh, thank you so much, Olivia. Let me start watching here. I just have to share the video as much as possible. Welcome everyone who's tuning on now. I'm just have to try to share the video there in my various group. Yeah, Sindel, I see you connected. Have you shared the video? Yes, I'm waiting for you guys to join. Let me see. You have not yet sent the invitation. Okay, let me see here. Yes, let's see what happened. Yes, I'm so excited about tonight because she have a powerful and to be honest with you, I can listen to her the whole day. I won't be tired. She's an inspiration. She is a miss. She is a beauty contest. She is. I don't. Oh, welcome. Happy to see you.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I just shared the video, of course, so I had to get that all started since we're getting ready, and I'm just so honored. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much. I was just trying to say something about you, then I was like, I didn't know where to start. You're so welcome here. We are here in Norway. What time is it there again?
It is 1 p.m. right now here, and I'm on the eastern side of the U.S. in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, here it's 7 p.m. and yes, it's evening here. How somehow Facebook can be a platform for us to be able to share. I am from Cameroon, living in Norway. I'm a mother of two wonderful boys. And yes, I know that you live in US. And yes, would you like to tell us about yourself, to present yourself a little bit before we start with the testimony? You're welcome.
Absolutely. So my name is Sandahl Taylor. A fun fact is I was actually named after a movie actress who played in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is a big star here in the U.S. I'm a teacher by trade, an Army veteran spouse, and I have two beautiful children, ages 9 and 13, and a fur kitty, and his name is Dash.
Wow. Awesome. Yes, I was just saying how we met. And it was, I'm a woman of God. I'm a teacher as well. And I'm interested of beauty. And I'm a prayer warrior, a lot of things. I'm a politician. But it's not about me tonight. It's about you. And I was amazed when I saw what you were doing with the heart, the NGO, your NGO. Would you like to say a little bit about it before you tell us about the other things?
Yes. So I recently started a campaign called Show Us Your Heart. And I actually started it because in 2020, my father actually passed away from COVID-19 and his underlying heart condition. He had a stroke and a heart attack in 2005 that left him paralyzed on the left hand side right after I graduated high school. And then, like I said,
Mm.
unfortunately, he lost his life last year. So I decided that I really wanted to do something to honor his memory, but also to push my platform and my passion about educating about heart health even further. So I came up with the
Mm.
great idea that since we're on social media anyways all the time, what a great way it would be to connect and network with people all across the world, showing how they stay heart healthy. And then once I get their video, what I do is I actually partner it with a heart health fact that they might not know. So it's really, really cool to see all the ways that people can be heart healthy from all across the world.
Exactly. You know, the Bible says, keep your heart more than anything because that's where life comes from. And I cannot speak without mentioning the word of God because normally I'm a preacher and I share the gospel. And doing this, I believe what we're doing is also so to help people, is to share the love of God because love, we don't see love as before. Things are getting so difficult. People are frustrated, so much problem. Only a little bit of situation can make someone die of the heart attack now. And there are many people that I know have heart issues, and to be honest with you, what you are doing is the activity of the time, and I would like to support it and encourage everyone who can do that to do it. Yes, dear, you are welcome again. Thank you. I'm very honored. And while you're talking, I'm still sharing. So please tell us more about you and about your testimony. Yes, you're welcome.
Absolutely. So the first thing I really wanted to talk to people about was the fact that I am by day a cosmetology educator. So I'm a teacher by trade. I actually teach adults. So I teach learners that are typically over the ages of 18, and I teach all aspects of cosmetology. So how to do hair, how to do skincare, and how to do nail technology. And it's one of my favorite activities because I love teaching women and even sometimes men not only how to feel good about themselves, but how to make other
Exactly.
people feel good.
Yes. Continue. Yeah.
It's so important for women to feel good about themselves. So it's one of my favorite things to do. As an adult educator, I think it's a little bit more challenging because we are adults. So we already have our kind of ways about us. So we have to be
Mm-hmm.
really creative as an educator. We have to keep them engaged. We have to keep them, of course, safe right now. And we have to just keep coming up with new ways so that they can get their information and keep the attention. So it's one of my favorite things to do as a teacher. And in my personal life, I love all things silly. I am a really silly person by trade. Don't know if I necessarily mean to be silly, but the things that I do are. So my family and I love to hike. We actually started something that we call Camelback Adventures. So do you know what a
Mm-hmm.
camelback is?
I've heard about it, but I'm not quite sure if I remember.
So they are a book bag that you wear that actually contains water. So you can put most of the time most people carry water in it, but you can put other liquid in there too. But the best thing to carry is water, and you carry it around on your back, and you can kind of sip it from your back. So it's really nice to actually help keep you hydrated. So my husband was in the military, and he had four of them lying around. So we started taking them on our trips, and then that's kind of where our Camelback Adventures kind of came from. So we take trips to different trails all across our state. We've gone to different states. We even went to
Mm-hmm.
Niagara Falls
Yeah.
during the pandemic safely. And we actually take these little book bags full of water and hike and kind of walk in the different areas. And it's really, really fun because we get to see in um, our, our beautiful nature and what's out there.
So where can someone buy such a thing, or what you say talking about?
You can buy a Camelback. It doesn't actually have to be the Camelback brand. So the
Mm-hmm.
Camelback brand is the best quality, but you can buy them at your local shopping center, sometimes at sports stores. I'm not sure what you guys have in Norway, but if you're from the US, they have like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Walmart,
Yeah.
Target. So kind of any local shopping center, and you can even order them on Amazon. It just depends on what you're
Yeah.
actually looking for.
We have the shop. We have Tiger here. We do have that shop.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So
So
what can you say about encouraging what what can you say about encouraging ladies about taking care of themselves? Because most women, I've come across so many ladies that send their prayer topic to me, and some have been through a lot of things. And some of them say they don't care about makeup, they don't care about taking care of themselves. They like to be the way they are, they don't care. So, what do you have to say about it? And yes.
I love dressing up and putting on a nice gown and some heels. But I also can relate to those women. I don't wear makeup every single day of my life, because it's not
Exactly.
necessary every day, but I love putting it on and just feeling beautiful and confident in my own skin. And
Mm,
on more so than that, I love actually taking care of myself. I believe that there is a saying that goes, you can't help anyone else unless your cup is full. So you have to fill up yourself both internally and externally first before you can help others. And that's actually something
exactly.
I recently feel like I've really started to embody in myself. Because even before this, there was things about myself that I didn't like. And I had to stop saying with negativity, and I had to start saying, okay, you know what? I can change these things, and I can work on these things, but I have to love myself because I am what I was created for. And I am the person who I am. And I love who I am, and I love the person that I've become. And I get to share that experience with other, again, women from all ages, but also, like I said, I have some men that have come through my classes as well.
Yes. So I have something to say about it. You say you love yourself. And I always refer to the Bible. The Bible says, love one another as you have loved yourself. As you love yourself. That's what the Lord told us. There are so many commandments in the Bible, from the Old to the New Testament, but all those commands were resumed, which were summarized in two big commandments: love God, and love God that you don't see, but love others as you love yourself. It's impossible to give what you don't have. It's exactly what you're saying. You cannot give water if your own cup is empty. And it's so important. And many people sometimes they don't even know that they need help. For me, I have some couple of ladies who told me, "Oh, I don't really like makeup. I don't like to do this and that. I don't look like this all the time. Sometimes I don't want to feel like I have makeup. Sometimes, but at least I look. I like to be myself and be my culture. In my culture, where I come from, a lady has to be a lady. If you are a woman, you are a woman. You are not a woman, man. Like these days, I'm not criticizing anyone, but this day about gender is so confusing. But what I mean is that if you're a lady in my culture where I grew up, you have to be that lady. If you're a man, you have to be man. It's not like man, lady, and whatever. So when I come in this country like Norway, in Norway we have another way of thinking. Most of the time, I used to be somewhere and I feel like I was overdressed. I was like, oh my God, why is that people so simple? Some women here don't care. Some women don't care. It's just like so. But something is surprising is that when you look good, it's not what you have on your outside appearing that makes you look good. It's what is from inside. Even though people don't see your spirit, but it gives something, an aura, something that is contagious. If you're a happy person, you can share your happiness. If you're a sad person, no matter how beautiful makeup you have over yourself, you will just communicate sadness and depression. And I'm sorry that I caught you because I know what we're going to speak later on is so important. Today we are most occupied about depression. People need prayer. People want to have breakthrough in every domain, finances, health, and all that. But they don't know that everything starts with what you feel within. And your story, who are you, your testimony, what did you learn from me, what do you have to share to give to others? Because I was so honored when you said, yes, Larissa, I would like to share. I would like to share. You have what you have. Maybe you do not have much, but you have your heart. You have such a great heart. You want to share what you have, and that means a lot. So dear,
Thank you.
continue with your testimony. What you when you speak, I'm telling you, it's so rich. It's a lot of good stuff in what you're saying. I just want
Thank
to
you.
emphasize that. Yeah, you may continue, please.
Thank you. I like to talk, a lot of people recognize me in from pageantry. If you are noticing right now, I have this beautiful new sash on. I recently was able to gain the title of Mrs. Pennsylvania Galaxy 2021, and I'm so honored and so excited to be a part of this system. But before I won the
Congratulations
beauty
with that.
pageant, I faced a
Mhm.
lot of challenges, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that a lot of
Yeah,
people don't realize that just because you're a beauty queen or just because you're someone who is a model or a teacher doesn't mean that you don't have obstacles that you need to overcome. And I think as
exactly.
women, we need to talk with each other about these things. So before I actually started pageantry, um, like I mentioned earlier, my dad suffered a heart attack in 2005 that left him paralyzed on the left hand side. What that actually led to was a series of events that took my life kind of downwards on a roller coaster, so to speak. So I was 17 years old when that happened. I just graduated high school. I was really young, a little naive, so to speak. And of course, as all teenagers, rambunctious,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
I ended up losing my family home, both my brother and I, because we just simply couldn't afford to keep it at 17 and 18 years old. And I chose at that time, which is pretty still young, to move an hour away where I knew no one. Now, a lot of people sit here and think, oh, well, an hour's not a big deal. But it actually is when you're not going to college and when you've already graduated high school and you don't know anyone. That's like a
You know
really
what? I
hard
have to stop
stage.
you again. I have to stop you again. Did you say you don't know anyone? I'm in Norway now for the past 14 years. I know what it means to be somewhere and maybe another language. And it's just continue. It's at that age, I can't even imagine. Continue.
Yeah, so
Mm.
you know what it's like now. You moved further away, but I know it sounds weird because it was only an hour, but I didn't know a single soul. And I kind of fell into a negative crowd. I don't want to say a rough crowd, I don't want to say a bad crowd, but just a crowd that didn't vibe with me and didn't give me the best of
Mm-hmm.
what I needed. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I actually got involved, which ended up turning into an abusive relationship. So I was in an abusive relationship, which I didn't realize at first that it was abusive because it was more mental, um, and
Mm-hmm.
and and communicable with it, like talking. And I had a really bad experience where I suffered abuse. And at the time, what actually happened is I was holding my son when he was an infant. He was under 4 months old at the time. And my
Mm-hmm.
significant other actually came down the stairs very angry, very upset, and put me on the ground and poured beer into my eyes. And I couldn't see for actually 3 days. And then proceeded to pick me up off of the ground and push me into a wall. And kind of to me, at that part, my vision was a little bit blurry. So I don't know if I completely blacked out or what happened after that. I just remember being really scared. And that day, I actually chose to leave. And when I chose to leave, I left with what could fit in my car. And at the time, I had a Chevy Camaro convertible, which, if anyone knows that car, it has like this big of a trunk. And of course, I had my infant. So I focused on the things that my child needed. And I just left with
Mm-hmm.
what I could fit in my car. And I didn't have anywhere to go because my parents at the time, like I said, my dad was actually in a nursing home and my mother lived really close to him. So I wasn't comfortable going to her home because I didn't want him to come there and not only destroy her belongings, but her property or come and try to do anything else. So I actually chose to kind of be homeless for a little bit because I was bouncing from friend's house to family member because I was so afraid that he was going to find me and potentially actually kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
I'm grateful now to say, and I have a happy ending that he is fully rehabilitated. He actually checked himself into a rehab center to get help from the drug addiction that he was facing and his anger
Mm-hmm.
issues. And now, he's actually back involved in my son's life after, some time has passed. And he's really doing amazing things in his own life. And I'm honored to be able to tell that story because even though we went through a little bit of a storm, there was a sun on the other side, and not as many women get to tell that story, and not as many men get to successfully triumph that battle, that negativity.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it didn't
Exactly.
stop there. So, I
No.
went through this whole experience of, bouncing around from place to place, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the clothes or the resume to build up for a big job. So I was this
Mm-hmm.
teenager, still 19 years old, with my son. That's how old I was. And I really didn't know what I needed to have, like a bigger job. So I actually enrolled in a program called the Earn program, which is something that is held in my state of Pennsylvania. I think it's held in a few other states as well throughout the US. And it's a
Yes.
program for mothers and fathers that are facing a challenge of getting childcare and looking for work. So in this
Mm-hmm.
Earn program, you went to a facility to help you find a job. And while you were at this facility, they gave you the ability to have childcare. So it's like a perfect pair because I really didn't have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people that were able to help me at the time. Again, remember, my mom lived
Yeah.
a lot closer to my abuser, so I didn't want to put my infant directly in that sense, in that way, harm. And my father was
Mm-hmm.
paralyzed. So it's not that I didn't have parents, it's just that at this time they weren't able to help. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And
That
so
makes sense.
I was grateful because I was given the opportunity to go through this program, which led to me getting brand new interview clothes through Dress for Success, which in turn led me to the uphill and positive track on getting finally a job in, my field now as a cosmetology instructor, being able to give back to the community like I do now, and all these
Mm-hmm.
amazing blessings that I've been able to have. And it's kind of what brought me full circle to now being able to talk about things not only as a mother, but also as a pageant queen, which kind of led me to why I decided to start pageants.
Mm-hmm. This is amazing because when I hear about your journey, it's unbelievable. I can't even imagine what you went through as a mom, single mom, so young, and all this stuff. As I said, God has always a plan. And you are a Christian, you are maybe not a pastor or a woman of God as me, but you in a certain level you are a woman of God also because God has called everyone. And when I hear your story, even though you went through so many things, God has a plan for your life. And today you can speak to many people, you can be an inspiration, like to me and to many other people all around the world, which have been, I am also, no, I went out for my first marriage. I didn't divorce, but he left me to someone else, and I didn't want it to get divorced anyway. Either you leave the marriage or he leaves the marriage. One thing is sure, it's very very sad when a couple go from one another and when they have children, but not everybody care about their children. So, but the good part of is what you did. You didn't give up because if you would have given up, maybe they took your child or anything. And it's almost the same story with me. I was not experienced that type of abuse in my marriage, but anyway, there are different type of abuse in life. Nevertheless, today my ex-man is, I can say, is back to normal. Even though we are not together, we are not planning to be together again, but at least we are friends. And I can see that my children are very happy and they have this balance, to see that their parents are communicating very well, and we are collaborating, we are not fighting and all that stuff. So you
I
said
love
that
that. That's amazing for you to now
yeah,
be coming back full circle as well.
as I said, I'm a woman of God. I didn't start here. I'm 21 year in faith. Maybe have not been the same level the whole time, but I'm 42-year-old and I was very young also. I was 20-year-old when I gave my life to Christ. and I've been very, very active. I'm a singer, worship leader, and I've been like always on the front line of ministry to encourage, to pray for others. So when this situation of divorce came in my life, it was really painful. Really, to be honest with you, I don't wish that to no one. I don't really want to go through it again because it's so difficult, difficult. Especially you have children, and in Europe, it's not like in Africa. We have people helping with kids, and it's not easy at all. And as a Christian, I always get critics. There are people here, I'm single, they don't even know my past, but they start just judging. People are very judgmental. They're like, oh, you're not married, you are sharing the gospel, you are doing this. But one thing is important, we are mother, you know your story. So I wanted to hear this because I'm like, well, you are shining out there. You must have a story because every glory has a story. You must have a story because you cannot just be like this and be open heart and helping people. You know, this is really powerful. And today you are mother of two wonderful kids, a boy and a
I
girl. You have a
do, yeah.
beautiful girl.
I do. I have to give credit, where credit's due, and you kind of spoke right to it. I really believe that there's a reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. And I say that because, like I said, not only could I have lost my life before, I actually at one point contemplated taking my own life. And I knew that there was something better out there. I was going through a severe depression after my child, like most women do, and I had this moment where something told me, not to give up, not to, you know go down that road. And then lo and behold, as I always refer to my husband, he was my knight in camouflage armor. I didn't realize that he was going to come into my life and affect it the way that he did. But him and my support system of my really close friends at the time, my friends Kaylee, Brittany, Ashley, that were all surrounding me at this time, in and out of my life. Katie, I have this core network of group that they know that we're still friends to this day, but we don't have to talk every day. They really, really helped me get through this challenges. And my husband came into my life when my son was 2 years old, and I cannot be more grateful because for a man, that can be challenging to take on someone else's child that isn't their own. But he stepped right into the plate. And not only did he take care of my child, he really helped me see the potential inside of myself. He was like, this is not who you are. This is not what you're worth. Like, you're worth way more than what you're giving yourself. And he kind of really
Exactly.
helped me with my full potential. And him and my friend at the time teamed up. um Her name is Brittany. She was actually going to my school at the time where now I teach, and she was actually taking the cosmetology program.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So you are welcome to watch, and
Okay,
as maybe
I'm
some,
gonna go ahead and
she's going to be right back. Yes, yes,
can you hear me?
yes. I can hear you now.
Okay. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and do it. And I was terrified because I was like, I never expected to go back and become a teacher in cosmetology. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I just didn't know that that was my path. And I did it in 3.5 months, which was super fast. And I've been working there ever since. And I love every aspect because not only do I get to help women and men, I get to inspire them as well. So I get to teach them from start, how to, again, do these amazing things with hair, skin, and nails. And that's the great
Mm.
thing about where I work. Most cosmetology educators focus on one subject. We actually teach all three subjects. So we teach all
Okay.
hair care, all nail care, all skincare. And I do have a favorite. I love skincare, but I love hair too. And that's just been
Mm.
growing more recently with how, as I age, I really want to care about my body from the inside out. And your hair and your nails are a part of your skin. So if you focus on your skincare, you're focusing
I
on your
have to
hair care
stop
and
you.
nail care
I
too.
ha Yeah, I will stop you because you speak about hair and that you love hair. I didn't tell you, but I have been I'm a hairdresser, an Afro hairdresser. I used to have my own hair salon in a city in Norway called Stavanger. So I've been making. I used to do hair, most for African and some Norwegian who like to have rasta and all this stuff. I love that's my own side, and I like skin, I like nails, but most hair. So when you start speaking about this, it was like, wow, I didn't know that before
I
now.
love it. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you were a hairdresser, and it's just such a thrill. That's one of the reasons why I started some of my giving back to the community. So it's one of the reasons that got me into pageantry. In my school, we actually do
Mm-hmm.
community service all the time, and these were things I was doing before I actually was working with the program. We actually partner with the Dress for Success organization, providing what they call the Suitable Hair Program. So what that is that if you go to the Dress for Success program and you need help looking your best for an interview, you get a voucher that says that you can come to my school. Well, it's not mine, I don't own it, but I work there, so mine. Um, and you can get your hair done for free. It costs at no cost. And that's one
Wow.
of the great things that I love to do. And I also go there and cut hair as well for free. The other thing that we do is we give free haircuts to veterans all year round. So most places only give free haircuts to veterans on Veterans Day. If you come into our school with your veterans ID card or with your DD-214 form, which is the form that you get when you leave the military, you can get a free haircut.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how much a haircut can change somebody's life. It can make or break them getting an interview. It can make or break them getting a job. It can make or break how they actually feel about their hair. And Coco Chanel is famous for saying a woman who's about to cut her hair is about to change her life. And I really believe that because a few years ago, I needed to change my life and I cut my beautiful long hair up to here. I cut it as short as I could possibly do it, and it did ultimately kind of change my outlook on life. And I really believe that about a haircut, it can really mold and give back. And that's just one of the ways that I give back to the community. So when someone out there actually saw me doing these haircuts in the community, they were like, I think you would be great for a pageant. And I was like, oh, okay. I had modeled before and I had done like bikini competitions and like modeling competitions, but
Mm-hmm. We have problem with the internet. I hope that all will be all right. Thank you for watching, you guys who are watching, and
most people in the pageant
we have
community,
been
uh,
sorry. We have been having internet cutting and stopping. So anyway, you
I
just
think it's my
continue.
connection. So I saw that. So I apologize. Sometimes my connection goes in and out.
Okay,
But I'm
it's okay.
I'm I'm good now. I saw it froze for a second.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so being in the pageant community, I was like, I didn't know what to expect. And when they told me kind of what it encompassed, I was so excited to kind of put my passion of modeling and beauty all together. What I didn't realize, and it sounds kind of cheesy when you say it, is the power of the sash and crown. So I put this sash on, and immediately people want to know what you have to say. They want to talk to you. They want to hear what you have to say. And then to have that shiny crown on, which I don't have my crown just yet because it is actually on its way to me. But that really kind of gives you like a big shiny microphone. And I realized that it opened more doors than what I could open as just myself. And it gave me more opportunity to continue to impact women all over the world. And that's something that I really wanted to do in pageantry. So it's kind of what led me to where I am today. And the system that I represent, which is the Galaxy organization, what I love about them is that they have title holders from every walk of life. They have title holders
Yeah.
who are tall, shorter, thinner, thicker, short hair, long hair, plus size. They have women of all colors, all races, from everywhere
Mm-hmm.
in the world. They don't just have one particular look in their system. And that's actually one
Mm-hmm.
of the reasons that drew me there. In addition, their it sounds weird to say because if you haven't ever been a pageant person, it might sound silly. They are a family. The minute that I joined the Galaxy system, I was welcomed with open arms. I had title holders messaging me, "Welcome to the sisterhood. Can't wait to meet you at nationals." I had the director say, "Hello, congratulations. We're so looking forward to meeting you." So that immediately just makes you want to be a part of something amazing. And I'm very
Mm.
family oriented myself. I love hanging out with my family. We love going outside. I really don't actually like being inside too much because I like to go outside and take them to new
Me
places.
like that.
But it really kind of just hit me where I felt like a part of their family from the minute that I entered. And I'm so excited to go to nationals, which is in August. It's August 4th through the 8th currently. Cross our fingers that that still stands with everything going on. It's close to Chicago in Illinois. It's a little bit
Yes.
outside of Chicago, but most people know Chicago, so that's kind of where I say. And like I said,
Yeah.
I'm just excited for that opportunity. And like I said, it was just someone reaching out who believed in me on how I got started in pageantry.
We usually say you become someone through someone. What can we do without people?
Absolutely.
That's why God put us together on earth, because if I had my broadcasting and I don't have any guests, no one, I wouldn't continue. If I don't have people watching, I wouldn't make it continue. I wouldn't feel encouraged. So we need one another anyhow. And listening to your journey is amazing. So, but now, if I am in Norway here, if ladies would like to learn about or take training, how are you making distance training for either hair, makeup? How
Yes,
are you
so
doing
I
it?
do one-on-one makeup classes, and I was doing group classes, but I kind of put that on hold because of the pandemic and the rules
Yeah.
and regulations in regards to how many people can be in a room. So I actually teach one-on-one Zoom classes for hair, makeup, and skin. If anybody's interested, they can reach out to me on all forms of social media. And then I also actually am a runway coach by trade. So as a model, one of my favorite things to do is walk the catwalk. So I do also coach in runway, both on for modeling and pageantry, because they
Mhm.
are different, but when you're on a catwalk, you're on a catwalk, and I just absolutely love showcasing a woman's best walk. And again, I
Yes.
do that one-on-one. I do it again both in person, so I will travel to someone, and I also can do it through Zoom as long as they have the equipment that we need to work together because I like to make sure that I can actually see them. And sometimes that's a little bit tricky when you're doing a call like this, especially like we just noticed today, a little bit of hiccups here in the connection.
Interesting. It's amazing that there's a possibility for people living out of your city and out of US. And what about the hard organization? Yeah, I would like you to speak a little bit more about it. About yes.
About what I'm doing for heart health.
Mm.
So that's actually my platform, Larissa. So not all the times in pageantry do women have platforms, but my passion is heart health.
Mhm.
And it started because of my dad. Like I said, my dad suffered that heart attack and stroke in 2005 that left him
Mhm.
paralyzed. But what that did is it opened my eyes to how many people were actually affected by heart disease. One out of every three women are affected by heart disease, especially people of Latina descent and African American descent. And that number to me is just too much. It's the number one cause of death in the entire world. It's the number one cause of death in most countries, including the United States. Not all
Mm.
countries, but in most of them. And it also affects men too. And 80% of heart disease can actually be preventative. So we can actually prevent almost 80% of that by
Mm.
simple tips and tricks that we can do to make ourselves healthier people, just like you said, kind of taking care of yourself. And so, again, I
Mm.
started this campaign. I started this platform actually 19 years ago. I've been doing this since before my dad was even sick, volunteering, but I really been focusing on it since 2005, volunteering with
Mhm.
the American Heart Association, combining with British Heart Foundation. I've actually partnered with the German Heart Foundation, different heart foundations from all over the world to showcase what they're doing in their countries. And then, like I said, recently starting my online campaign where I'm showcasing people from all across the world and how they stay heart healthy. I chose that
Mm,
because we're in the middle of the pandemic. Some people don't even have the capability to go to a grocery store right now or to get
exactly.
outside right now. So I thought, why not do something that everyone can do from home? And also give advice for maybe someone who's watching that says, I don't know if I'm heart healthy. How do I even start? It's as easy as picking up a glass of water or taking a little bit of an extra walk. That's how easy it can be. And that was really important to me to focus on because one of the things I never want anyone else to experience is what I experienced when I lost my father. When I lost my father, I watched him take his last breath. My children didn't even get to say goodbye because they weren't allowed in the hospital due to the pandemic.
Mm,
I never want any other child to have to go through that. So if
mm,
I'm able to educate people and help just one person and teach
mm,
people that no matter what, make sure that you tell those that you love every day that you love them because you never know the last day that you're going to
mm,
see them, that
mm.
means that I did my job.
Yeah, that was it's very, very sad, and sorry about it. And as you said, if we have the possibility to show our love to everyone and to make sure that we impact them in a good way and give advice about preventing some heart diseases as we are doing now. So I think this is life changing. And do you have like you have a page? I know you have a page. If people want to contact you, how can they do? Take contact with you or to
Absolutely.
support your organization, to support what you
I
are
am
doing?
on every form of social media. So you can find me at Sandahl Taylor. So that's Sandahl. I know it's kind of weird. And my last name is Taylor, Taylor. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok. I'm still learning about that. I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere that there's social media, you can find me. I'm one of the only people with that name, other than the gorgeous person that I was named after, which I got to meet in 2016, which was really, really cool to finally get to meet
Oh
who I was
yeah,
named
you met
after.
her.
But you can find me anywhere.
Yeah. So and what I'm going to do, I'm going to find you again and then share on that video. And everywhere we are going to share this video, it's very important to remember to share those because people sometimes there are people watching now, people watch later, people watch after a month, and suddenly someone just say, I've watched this and I was so blessed, and I'm so happy, and I do believe that our connection has a reason and nothing happened by accident. And for me, I'm a woman of God. My platform is my ministry, so I can't speak without mentioning God, and I know everything work it for the good of those who love God. And now we are friends. We have a common friend. I came to know you through Facebook, actually, but we both have a common friend, Dr. Caroline,
Who is
and then
amazing. Dr. Caroline is amazing. I got to meet her. She was my contestant coordinator at Mrs. World. And before that, I had just known her through pageantry. And so, Dr. Caroline, if you're listening, she runs Voice of the Child, a Voice of Our Child. She actually also is a person who is giving back in the community. She's just a phenomenal woman. Thank you so much because that's how we connected. So thank you, Dr. Caroline, for allowing me to be a part of your organization, Voice of Our Child, as well. And I'm just so excited to have gotten to meet you through her. And she's just a really phenomenal woman. So I
she
can't be
is
more
phenomenal.
grateful.
And she's so inspiring. I met her not physically, but on social media, and I had already two videos with her. And also, I participate one time with my kids on the Voice of Our Child. She has such a great heart, and I can listen to her the whole day. She's so a wonderful lady, sister, and really, really. Today I just started a recent again because long ago I just closed up my salon. I have so much to do with the school and everything. But I started of recent Larissa Beauty Club. It's called like that for now, but maybe the name will change. So in this club, group or club, we want to start by encouraging every woman to come and join us in that, and especially women in Norway. I want to speak with the women in Norway because I'm having a project that I want you to be part of it, and the project is about encouraging one another. We are praying really that the situation of pandemic will come to an end, but nevertheless, we won't wait for the pandemic to finish. We have to still be alive and doing our activities. We are thankful to God too for this. Because as you said, there are many people who died and we are alive today. Let's use our time to bless one another, encourage one another. So I'm so, so happy. Is there anything more you wanted to say or anything you want to say before we finish?
Honestly, I just want to leave you with one final thought and again say thank you so much for having me here. And I want to share kind of like my pageant philosophy. So my philosophy that I try to embody as a queen. And it again, it's kind of a silly saying, but I want to share it with all the women who are watching. And it says, be a pineapple. And so if you guys know what a pineapple is, it's a fruit with a crown on the top, right? So the saying
Mm.
goes, be a pineapple, stand tall. So be proud of who you are. Every single person in this world has overcome a challenge in their life that may have been a positive or a negative challenge, but be proud of who you are today. So stand tall, wear that crown. Each and every single one of us is born with a crown on our head. It may be invisible for right now, but it is always there because we are all queens and kings in our own right. And last but not least, be sweet in the inside. I think if anything that has shown us over the past year and a half during the pandemic is that kindness to one another can go a long way. If we can continue to show kindness to one another, we can really come together and empower and lift each other up. And there is enough room for every single one of us to be helping and to be better together. And that's
It's
my final thought. So be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside.
awesome. I can only say amen to that. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for your final thought. It's not it's a final thought for now, but I believe we still have a lot of video together, and I'm really enjoying listening to you. Thank you for your testimony. I'm going to watch it again. I Many people think I know the testimony before, but I didn't. I knew a little bit, but I was really, really amazed. And I'm going to share, I will share and share and share. Please know that you are valuable. We love you. And I will also support your organization and support what you're doing. Together, we could make something in Norway, and let's see what God has in store for us. So,
Thank you
with
again
your
so, so,
children,
so much. I'm
you're
so
welcome.
grateful, Larissa.
Me too. I'm very happy that you came. And send our greetings to your husband and your sweet children, your beautiful daughter, your boy. And I'm going to do the same. Thank you so much for watching and for coming. Okay, dear everyone who's been watching, we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Because we are sitting here because we believe somebody outside there need it. And love you, dear sister, and love you, and hope you come back soon. My dear brother and sister, we love you all and thank you for watching. See you soon again. Bye. Bye.